Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is less than a month away, and we just got word about how we'll be able to unlock characters as we progress through the game. And while we're at it, we're going to be rounding up all the confirmed game modes we know of so far and how they've been confirmed to work. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, make sure to stick around. But before we get into that, make sure to show off your hype for Sparking Zero by hitting that like button and making it glow as we reach for 20 likes on this video. And while you're down there, consider hitting that subscribe button as we will be covering Sparking Zero, other AAA games throughout the year, playthroughs, hilarious content, and more. First, let's start off with how characters will be unlocked. For this, we will be following along with an article from Event Hubs, which will be linked down below if you want to give it a full read for yourself. In the article, it covers an interview carried out with Jun Furutani, a producer on Sparking Zero. In it, Furutani states if you keep playing the episodes and bonus battle modes, you are able to unlock characters. But when asked about the character's unlock process, he said, "But there will be players who don't want to play these modes, they want to play other modes, so we don't want to force them to play episode battles." Here, Furutani seems to hint that playing through episodes modes and their bonus battle modes will allow for you to unlock versions of characters through Dragon Ball's story, and continues on to state, there will be in-game money like zeni, which you can gather by playing the game, and you can go to a shop and unlock characters. So seemingly from playing a majority of the modes in the game, you'll be able to earn an in-game currency, zeni, which will allow you to then purchase characters from an in-game shop if you don't want to unlock them through the modes you don't necessarily want to play. The last major bit we know about unlocking characters is the following. Though we don't have much information as to the particulars of how Shenron will function in Sparking Zero, Furutani does confirm in the interview that players will be able to use Shenron to unlock new characters as well. So basically, we'll be able to summon or unlock characters by summoning Shenron and possibly Super Shenron as well, and doing so as our wish. It's unknown if it is then a random character or a character we can freely select, but it sounds interesting nonetheless. Overall, it looks like we'll have three major ways of unlocking characters. 1. Being unlocked from playing through episodes and bonus battle modes where it is their unlock criteria. 2. Unlocking them from an in-game shop using zeni as the currency earned through game modes in the game. And 3. Unlocking them with Shenron's help by wishing for them. When it comes to the topic of modes available for the game, we have a couple that have been confirmed already, but a couple that have been a little bit mysterious so far, and are missing a little bit of key information, along with one that I just assumed would be in the game but has gotten zero news on it so far. The game modes that have been confirmed are the following: bonus battles, custom battles, episode battles, local multiplayer, and online multiplayer. And within online multiplayer, we also have a variety of different modes we can expect from there too. Let's start from the top with episode battles. These are battles that span from the very beginning of Dragon Ball Z to the end of Dragon Ball Super, where we will pick up to 8 different fighters and choose from some of the major arcs in Dragon Ball Z's and Super's history. Here we will get the opportunity to play through those major fights that they had, while also being able to outright change Dragon Ball history by making choices and seeing alternate outcomes that could have been if those fights played out differently. Next on up is custom battles, which personally I'm super excited for. Think of this as Sparking Zero's take on Forge mode. The community at large will be able to tailor-make their own cutscenes, storylines, and fights to take place to make their own Dragon Ball inspired story. From fanfiction, what-if scenarios, to battles we've just never seen in any medium in the Dragon Ball series. Anything is possible, and I can't wait to see what we as a community are able to cook up and play through. I can't wait to see some of the things the community creates, and how creative you get using these Forge tools from custom battles as people get better and better on using the tools within it. Along with custom battles, bonus battles will be available here, where it will be different battles in original situations that have different victory conditions that sometimes will have an event cutscene in the middle in some of these bonus battles, and these are curated by the developers themselves and are going to be in the game at day 1 supposedly. After that, we also have local multiplayer, which has some surprising limitations. Apparently, one thing is local multiplayer cannot go online, so essentially you can't have a guest character to take with you to online battles, which is something I personally never expected to happen anyways, but I thought it was worth mentioning since people were asking about it, and since they themselves thought it was worth outlining. But not only that, Apparently, the local multiplayer will only allow one person to pick a character on screen at a time, which kind of sucks, but is just more of an inconvenience than anything. But you can't have duplicate fighters, so you won't be able to find out who's the better Hercule main on couch co-op, and not only that, but you're also restricted to only being able to be on one stage, being the hyperbolic time chamber. Overall, I find this mode to be the most disappointing. No duplicate fighters, so as I mentioned, you can't 1v1 your friend in a mirror matchup to prove who's the best, at least when it comes to couch co-op, and you can only play on one stage? Some of the points they keep driving home throughout a lot of the interviews is how they really wanted to put effort and effects into the stages and how they interact with moves, characters as they blast through them or hit them. And for couch co-op, they only allow the hyperbolic time chamber, which showcases almost none of that? This by far is the most disappointing sounding game mode in my eyes anyways, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Next on up, they have online multiplayer, which as of right now, we know has a lot of game modes in it. We know there's going to be a 3v3 and 5v5 modes, ranked, and an 8-player mode of some sort that is going to be available on launch. Whether it be a world tournament mode or just King of the Hill where 6 of you are spectating while the 2 on the hill play is yet to be seen. In order to get details on these modes more in depth, definitely make sure to check out both of these videos on screen that will be linked down below as we show how we know about these game modes and what we know about these modes so far, even including a breakdown on the cost system that will be used in ranked mode. Now, the mode that I was alluding to earlier that hasn't been mentioned at all is a story mode. Before these details were released, I thought episodes mode was going to be the main story and the story would have branching paths built in. But now that we know it's its own mode and still takes you through most of the major arcs in Dragon Ball Z and Super Story, does that mean that there will be no major story mode within the game? Or is it just under wraps still? I think if it was to still be included in the game, that it would just be another retelling of the story that we know and love from the beginning of Dragon Ball Z all the way to the end of Dragon Ball Super. And since we know Berserker Broly and Gogeta are in the game at launch, I would assume that the end of the game's story would be right around after the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. Then it would immediately be picking up with the DLC in the season pass to the Dragon Ball Super Hero movie and its major fights, along with Dragon Ball Daima, which has yet to release. I believe throughout all these modes we will be able to earn Zeni, with the possible exceptions being custom battles and local multiplayer battles, in order to unlock characters if we don't want to play through all of the episodes and bonus battles that are available on launch. If there is an actual story mode in the game besides the episode mode, I believe that would be how we unlock a majority of characters as we go through the arcs in the series, and then to get more exclusive, fan favorite, or different transformations of characters, we would probably have to go through bonus battles and episode battles to get those. Overall, when it comes to unlocking characters, I like feeling like I get some sort of progress even through playing single player content, so I'm on board with that personally. Although I could see some people being frustrated with not having their favorite characters or all of the characters unlocked from the jump. The variety of game modes seems good, and I'm curious if we will end up having a separate story mode or if the episode battles will take the place of a full-on story mode for the game. I personally can't wait to get my hands on Sparking Zero and relive the Dragon Ball story yet again. Let me know what you think about the character unlock mechanics revealed and the game modes revealed so far in the comment section down below. Also, really quick, as we reach the end of the video here, huge announcement for the channel. We have new membership tiers and perks available for the channel if you're interested in going an extra step and supporting the channel while getting some cool perks in return. Consider becoming a member and get the opportunity to be listed at the end of videos just like this one. As always though, your support through your viewership, liking, and subscribing is always greatly appreciated and helps me out tremendously against the universal threat that is the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to catch you guys next time. Peace!